Hello, this is about the crank plate for the Clay Spencer tire hammer. So the basic parts you're going to have is the crank plate itself. That's the 1" by 6". This is the crank pipe. That's the Schedule 40 pipe. You have the crank circle. You have the crank pin, which is a grade 5 1" bolt. And there is the crank bolster. I use DOM, not the Schedule 80 pipe. Schedule 85 pipe is fine as well if you want to use it, but that's the crank bolster. And you're also going to have the bolts, the grade 5 bolts that go into the crank circle for you to bolt to your hub. I typically wouldn't, if you're wanting to buy just the parts, you can buy the bolts at your local hardware store. No point in paying me for them and shipping. So there is the crank plate without a hole drilled in it, crank plate with the hole drilled in it. You're going to drop the crank pin in. Crank bolster is going to go on this side up here, and that'll get welded in. The crank pipe is going to go right there. You're going to weld the crank circle in. You're going to already have the bolts welded in when you get this far. So that's your completed crank plate.